Do it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Prem back on the Prem Show, and today I have some special guests with me. We have Tony Man. Say hi, Tony Man.
That's it. It's me, Tony Man. What's
And
up,
we have
everyone?
and on the bottom here we have Night Watch.
What's going on? What's going on?
Okay, so this is thing I've been doing called the weekly wrap up, where basically I talk about things I find interesting and share with you guys and get your feedback on it. Um, let's jump right into that. Let's see, where are you? Here we go. So the first order of business is this right here. Hobbs Shaw 2 still happening as Johnson Bell's on main Fast franchise. What are your thoughts on that? I'll go with Night Watch. Because I see this face just frown.
Well,
Keep it
look,
100, man. Let's keep it a buck.
no, look, man, look. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Obviously he's the biggest star in the world, and he's put in a lot of work. I give him a lot of credit, but I just personally, you hear about how that feud went back and forth,
I'm aware of it.
and yeah, and I mean it's kind of like, well, I mean, he's in a position where he can do whatever he wants, of course,
Uh-huh.
right? But I just feel like it's kind of too bad that it gets to that situation, because it's like, you're going to be doing Hobbs and Shaw 2, but if you're turning your back on Fast and Furious, and of course, I think they're going to do at least one or two more movies,
Mhm.
supposedly, and then they're done. It would have been nice to have that connection, story wise. So it's just, I don't know. I think for me, I just get a little, I don't know, triggered by The Rock anyways lately.
Okay. All right. So, Tony, man, what's your view on this?
I agree with Knight that The Rock is probably the biggest Hollywood star right now. But I know that because I used to work as Lady Shasha wants me to say to everybody. I used to work at the broadcast studio for WWE in Stamford, Connecticut. So like I kind of know, like I used to edit footage for them. So The Rock, when he left, I knew he was going to come. He's always under Vince McMahon's thumb, anyways. And rumor has it he's supposed to be joining Roman Reigns or something for a big fight at WrestleMania with John Cena yet again.
Okay.
So he could do whatever like he feel. I'm sure he feels like he can do whatever the hell he wants because he's just going to make money regardless.
Yeah.
So, my view on it is this. I did see Hobbs and Shaw, and the issue I have is this. You had no connection to the Fast and Furious franchise. You didn't have a cameo. You didn't mention anything. You have nothing tied into it. So that's the disrespect right there.
Yeah.
Right? Number two, even if you had a fallout with
Vin
Vin
Diesel.
Diesel, this is not the first time celebrities at that magnitude, that level, have fallouts, and they know how to get to the bag and keep it professional. For you to come out and blatantly say you're going to trash the series that got you your own series that you're doing now is blatant disrespect. Straight like that.
But I mean,
No
let's
matter
be
how big you are,
sorry.
it's not about the big for me. It's about the loyalty and it's about having a code. And right now, your code is looking real janky because Vin Diesel, that's his thing, and he brought you one. You had a fallout. Okay, cool. You went and did your own thing, but you didn't even get the other cast in the original series to be in the first Hobbs and Shaw, and that wasn't it. Because I went to the movies expecting a cameo or
Right.
something related to it, and that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my point on that. But what do you think about this right here, guys? What's your thoughts on this? Don't breathe
Yeah.
too.
Your boy Stephen Lang.
You know what? This movie should be bigger than what it is. I mean, it got received well with critics and it did well in the box office.
Mhm.
But with this character that he's playing, I think he might have another iconic character being made in front of us that could be up there with the Jason and Freddy's and all that stuff. Come down to you, Night Watch. What's your thoughts on this character and this
Well,
movie?
well, I'm very curious to see how the movie is going to shake out, because the trailer I liked the trailer. It really, was like wow, and they went in a really odd direction with the character. Put it this way, it surprised me. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? The first movie I thought was really good. It came out of nowhere, and I was like, wow, that's a really solid horror movie. And I'm always, you know me, I'm always down with a solid horror movie, especially nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this is kind of flying under the radar a little bit right now, this sequel. And I don't know if that's partly the pandemic or there's a lot of other high profile stuff coming out, like with Halloween Kills, the new Candyman, and A Quiet Place 2 just came out, and you got all these other things that have been bunched up waiting to be released, but were held back because of the pandemic. So it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out.
All right.
I'm,
So
I'm
Tony,
excited to see it.
okay. So Tony, man, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, to me, I can't. I watched the trailer for A Quiet Place 2, and I actually enjoyed it because A Quiet Place 1, I ended up rooting for the blind dude because I thought the people that broke into the house were kind of assholes for breaking into a house of a blind man. He was blind? He was blind.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't deaf too. He was just blind. But I ended up liking him more because of the people that broke into the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to see part 2. Like, I'm rooting for him again.
Yeah, I think before the release, we should come back and talk about the original one. And after we all watch it, part 2, we'll come back and discuss what we thought about the new one that's got released.
Oh no,
Fresh Prince, yes, yes. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the first one that came out. There were 2 directors, young brothers, who made the first one a year and a half ago with their own money and made it more serious. He noticed it from YouTube, pick it up, and animated season. Plus, it came out last year, but Nate Watts referred to the COVID, they put it on hold. So now it's back. I think it's done. Season 1, just got to find a platform to put it on and see what happens. If you haven't seen the first remake, and not remake, the rendition of the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just pull it up on YouTube after the show, and we could talk about it next week. But I found it kind of interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to go down to Night Watch and get your opinion on this. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but now I'm curious, so I'm going to have to check it out. I'm always kind of in a weird place when you're doing remakes and reboots and revamping and all that. I mean, I think sometimes it works out really well, and then sometimes it's just such a pale imitation, And so I'll be curious to check this out. I mean, I'm open-minded to it.
Yeah. Tony, man, what's your thoughts?
Well, I heard that the remake is I thought you said the remake is supposed to be a little bit darker than the comedy that we grew up watching.
Yeah, it's more grounded. It might have some comedy here and here, but it's based a little bit more grounded. So that's a different take that caught my interest. I mean, I always loved the original show, but
I just feel like you should leave well enough alone and call it something else. Like, don't even call it the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and have a story like that. Because I'm an old head, so when I hear Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I think of On West Philadelphia, but I don't think of something brooding,
Right.
with a little bit of comedy and somebody,
I definitely understand what you're saying because the show is syndicated now, so the new generation is aware of it, but to have something for them, their take on it, their rendition. I'm looking at that point of view. I'm not big on remakes, not my thing, but the way they're going about it just caught my interest. So let's see how they do with it. The next thing is Cop Shop. Gerard Butler new action movie.
Hey,
I seen the trailer. It looks good. It's not a big budget. I will put it like the budget of the last Olympia Down, that series.
Oh yeah. Angel Has Fallen.
Yeah, there you go. I think with him, he's always been a great action guy who really jump back and forth, different genres and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. The story is your typical action story. I don't want to give too much away. But if you haven't seen the trailer, you guys might want to check it out after the live stream. And I'm going to come to you, Tony. What's your thoughts on Gerard Butler as an actor? Do you like him?
You said you put up the it said Cop Shop, and I thought it was like Cop Rock. Remember that failed show? Where it was like on CBS, all the cops were singing the whole time.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no,
yeah, that was a cringe moment right there.
oh, that was a horrible show.
Mm.
Okay, Night Watch. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, it's funny you put that up because I saw the thumbnail for it, and it's one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm going to check that out at some point. I hadn't checked it out yet, but I'll give Gerard Butler credit, man. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the Olympus Has Fallen series, I actually like it.
I like all of them.
Yeah,
I enjoy all of them.
And it kind of is a throwback to the old school action movies from the 80s and the really early 90s. So for me, you know, I like his stuff. And Frank Grillo, I like his stuff too, man. He's kind of got some old school tendencies too. So I'm in.
I'm into. So this is a go for us. What do you think about this right here, guys?
Oh,
What?
I never saw Real Steel 1.
It was good.
All right.
I enjoyed it. It was a pleasant surprise. I caught it on TV. You know, I like Hugh Jackman, but when I seen the trailer, like how hold off, and I gotta say it was tight. It wasn't a big budget, but it was tight. Everything was done well. So I'm gonna go down to Night Watch. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, that definitely is news to me. I didn't know that they're going to do another one. Yeah, you know, again, if they do it right, then that's cool. I'll be interested. I'll be interested to see how it turns out. You know, being a Hugh Jackman fan myself, if he's not in it, which I didn't see his name in that little heading, that's kind of too bad. But again, you know, if it's done right, then yeah, that'd be cool. The first one was
man.
good.
Okay, Tony, man, what's your thoughts on this?
I haven't seen. Like I said, I'll reserve my opinion until I see Real Steel 1 because I haven't seen.
Okay.
I felt like Real Steel was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, like, you know, just
Right.
bigger.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When you watch it, we'll get back to you on your opinion. See what your thoughts is on that. What do you think about this?
Oh no.
Whoa, hold on. What? Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I seen the trailer, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It was trash, right? It was trash. I didn't really care for the first one. I didn't go to the movie theater to watch it.
Yeah, you did.
I did watch it. I was like, okay, I don't know what happened here.
We all watched it.
yeah, we did.
And I was
phenomenon.
like, yeah, you got me. You got me. You know, you got me. So you got my money. So, Tony, man, what's your thoughts on this?
I like the Blair Witch 1, and I got dragged to the movie theater to see Blair Witch 2: Book of Shadows.
Oh yeah,
that movie absolutely sucked.
That was trash too.
Yeah, so it's like anything that with Blair Witch in it now, I don't even want to see it. Like I don't know. I might have to avoid this.
Tony, man.
Huh?
I mean, not Tony, man. A Night Watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, you got two things going on. you got Blair Witch, which, you know, wow, whatever, and then Danielle Harris, who I like Danielle Harris.
Yes.
Since the old days, you know, Halloween 4 and 5. But I wish that she could kind of go to that next level, you know, of movies, you know, because I think she's got talent, and I think she just got to find that right vehicle. And I don't know if this is that right vehicle.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen anything about it. Just from that image alone,
you're forgetting Danielle Harris was in Last Boy Scout. She was the daughter. She was the daughter with the braces, and she was also in Hatchet. Remember Hatchet?
Hatchet was like her own series right there. She was like the main person in Hatchet.
And I remember, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I remember, I read an article that when she was in Rob Zombie's Halloween, she was upset when she had to do that nude scene on the floor because she was like, I think that most people just want to see my breasts because they saw me grow up in the movie theater. Like she was kind of upset about that whole entire having that whole scene where she was topless for like what 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long time, man. I
Yeah.
was like, wow. Yeah.
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 You know what?
She
She
was
has a fan
like
base.
upset about that, but she's a great actress.
Yeah, she has a fan
Yeah.
base. She has a catalog. I'm gonna have to agree with Night Watch. She needs another vehicle to display her director debut with. This is not the content at all for
No.
her. I still rock with her, but
Yeah.
I'm not the
She's-
no respectfully.
She's a really cool lady too, man. Because one of my good friends, Hobbs, had her on for an interview,
Mhm.
and she was on the interview for at least, I'd say, 20 minutes, something like that.
Mhm.
And she was really cool and humble and answered
Mhm.
everyone's questions, and so she's cool. People have seen her. I know people that have seen her at the conventions and stuff like that. So by all accounts, she's a really cool person.
Mhm.
Not a super big head, but again, you gotta get that right vehicle so you can get back to that Hatchet status or that Rob Zombie Halloween type of status.
They should have
this
gave
just
her
doesn't
the Hatchet series because the last one wasn't that good. But
Mm.
Wait, what?
Again,
You
you
didn't
know.
think you didn't think Victor Crowley was good?
the last one, no,
That was
trash.
great.
Let's we got to talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, man,
Uh,
we should do that.
Yeah, and actually, I'm setting some people up for you guys to meet in October. I'm already reached out to them. I confirmed one for a live stream about horror movies in October. So I'm only working on it now, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So here's the last little piece of info I wanted to share with you guys.
What?
Let me tell you, the trailer is awesome sauce. I seen
Really?
this. I'm like, okay, Netflix is taking chances. That's how I felt about this. If you haven't seen it, it's gonna be a pleasant surprise. I am co-signing that. That's how it is. I'm co-signing. That's my job here.
That's gotta be your new tag, man. You're like co-signing it.
Yeah,
Seriously,
man.
for real, you gotta do that.
Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. The quick weekly wrap up. Today's topic: cancel culture versus freedom of expression in movies and TV. Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Because
Wow.
I'm just setting the format. All week I've been thinking about this, constructing this, and I'm gonna see where it goes. I'm gonna take it from here and do a journey through the movie history from the beginning to the end and how we got here. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to you, Tony, man. What is your thought when you think of cancel culture when it comes to movies?
I'm sorry, cancel culture in movies?
What's your thoughts when they come to cancel culture, when they cancel movies? and TV?
Well, okay. My thoughts on the cancel culture is this. Like, if you have somebody like, like a Weinstein or someone, like in the movies, like something major like that, then fine, you do what you got to do. But I feel like you don't dig a tweet from 12 years ago that somebody might have wrote and then go, wait a minute, they said this back when, in the beginning of Twitter. And it's just, to me, I just don't understand, like, when people dig further back to find these things just to pick on someone.
Okay.
It's like, to me, the cancel culture, it's like, I don't know, I'm gonna stand on my stump, but to me, it's like the people that do this kind of stuff are the people that are like, you can't don't bully anyone. Wait a minute, he said something, let's get him fired, he's an asshole. And it's like they're bullying. What they're doing is they're bullying.
Okay, I'm coming out in Night Watch. What's your thoughts on cancel culture?
I have to echo the same sentiment because, if you think back, I forgot the guy's name. He was on one of the CW hero shows or whatever. And they went back, I don't even know how many years, but they found something on him. He got fired and all that. And I didn't even watch the show, but I heard about it. You know what I mean? But I just think it's kind of whack because everyone, including myself, you say dumb shit when you're young. You know what I mean? And The only thing that's different now is with the internet and with Twitter and social media is that now that there's a trail so that you can be reminded of the dumb thing you said. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
you know, it's no different than the James Gunn situation.
Oh man, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, so and I'm not sitting there at the same time, I'm not sitting there condoning what was said and what was, you know, the meaning behind it. But what I am saying is that people change, you know, people, and especially if you're talking about if they did it when they were young. Kids are stupid, and they usually get smarter as they become adults and so forth. So
Well, I'm
I
gonna
guess
throw in adults too. Adults make mistakes too, not just kids.
yeah, no, absolutely. But you know, if you find something or whatever, and it's from whatever amount of years ago, and the person owns up to it, they explain it, and they're truly, you know, apologetic about it, then I think that should be it. You know, it's like, okay, you're all set. You know, from here on out, you're good. Don't do it again, but you're good.
But
Okay. So
But,
my thought on all right, go ahead. So
I'm not going to say, but that doesn't happen. You can apologize or something, and they'll still be like, nope, nope, nope,
Right.
and they want to. Nowadays, I think people want to
They
see
want
a
a pint
public
of blood.
execution. They want you
Yeah.
to get to the gallows and get your head cut off, and they'll be happy
right.
then.
Right. No, it's
Well,
true.
my thoughts on it is this: cancel culture is usually a group of people who don't even really care for the genre or the person they attack, and they don't even support or watch that
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
participate in the genre that they're talking about, right? And then move on.
Right.
So they don't watch comedy, they don't do comedy shows or attend or do nothing like that, but hear something and they back them.
Yeah.
But that's some punk shit right there. Let's just keep it 100.
Mhm.
Now, I'm gonna go back to what you said, Night Watch. If you, like you said, the best example is, you know, with Twitter and all these accounts, people have to be mindful because what you hit send is out there forever, and people will come back and find it,
Mhm.
and that's wrong because cancel culture is a camouflage for other people to get back at other people. Let's just keep it 100. Let's throw that caveat in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And some people will jump on the bandwagon.
Yep.
So let me go back and use Harvey Weinstein. He is the flagship of a lot of movie producers who own studios and stuff. Let's keep it 100. And the casting couch is real. I grew up hearing about it. I'm not sure if it's still around, but I heard about the casting couch. Were there actors in there that he did this with? Of course. Of course. Were there actors that went into there and he said, look, you have 2 bombs. I can't put no more money in you because you have 2 bombs. And they willingly did a favor to get something different, but turned around and jumped on a bandwagon to put the nail in his coffin. Let's talk about that too. Let's not lie to ourselves. But if you are going to get somebody a clean slate, let's take that back. Not a clean slate. We didn't forget what you did, but moving forward, just don't do what you did back then. I think that's fair. So I want to move on to, let's get a little deep into it. Let's really take it there. Do you think these organizations, Black Lives Matter, LGBT, feminists, and political, have a cancel culture mentality, or are they justified in most cases? I'm gonna go down to Night Watch.
Wow. Well, that's a good question. I mean, I think there could be times when they're justified. You know, I think it really depends case by case. The thing that's really too bad, and maybe it's not really answering the question, but just in general, this is such a hot topic. I think the thing that is just too bad nowadays is that it's almost like there's this silent war. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's against everybody. You know,
Mhm.
if you label yourself as part of this group or that group, all of a sudden it's like you're a possible target. Like you're up to no good. You know, and I think it's just too bad. It really makes the whole idea of having social media and all these connections that we have now. It just makes it almost a shame. You know, it's like it's too bad we've got that. You know, it's too bad we can't go back to simpler times. You know.
Before I go to Tony, man, I'm gonna be flashing some controversial movies up here. So through the duration, you'll be seeing stuff like that. Tony, man, what's your thoughts on this?
Oh God. All right. I do believe that the organizations like the Black Lives Matter and the feminist LGBT and political, they are how can I say it? They're justified in some of the things, but when I hear like the BLM is like they're protesting murders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cops, and then the head person from Black Lives Matter ends up buying 4 houses in California. 5, and then Sean King ends up buying a multi-million-dollar house too, and those two are like going. I feel like what's going on is there's a bigger picture. There's like puppets. We're marionettes, and these people are doing this, and we're just soaking it up. Like we think it's for a cause, bro. It's just we're just helping the big machine.
Well, my thoughts on all these organizations, because I put in it for a reason, is that you can't think that everything is absolute with these organizations. Your guys are not right. You know what I'm saying? LGBT, Black Lives Matter, political, feminist, or woke politics. You guys can't be right all the time. And when something is wrong, you're not even willing to be like, okay, this person in the organization is wrong. You can't even do that. So the other thing that stands out to me that I noticed. So if you are gonna do stuff like that, then just be fair across the board. And that leads me to my next question right here. Is the movie industry exploiting these organizations just to benefit and gain a profit to some degree? I'm gonna go to you, Tony, man. What's your thought?
The movie industry. Yes, I do. I believe it. Because of the movie that's coming out called Karen.
Right?
They're trying to gain profit from the internet of people saying, Karens. And I don't care what anybody says. When you say the name Karen, you think of a white woman. You don't think of a white man. Mm-hmm. You think of a white woman causing a problem. So, yes, I do believe the industry it's exploiting.
Okay, I'm going to go down on Night Watch. What's your thoughts?
Oh yeah, they're definitely exploiting it, and it's funny that you mentioned Karen because it's like when I first saw the
trailer.
The trailer. I saw the thumbnail right and the title, and I was like, "You have got to be fucking kidding me, man!" And I watched the trailer, and it was like, I wish I had done a reaction to it on my channel because it would have been a great episode. But as I'm watching the trailer, my jaw is dropping wider and wider. I'm like, my God, they really made a movie like this. And it's just like, what's next? It shouldn't surprise me though. And like you said, that's what it is they're exploiting it. They really, really are.
Yeah. I did some research on this and just share my thoughts with you guys. You can go back decades and do research on any decade dealing with the movie industry, how they just jump on a hot topic and exploit. Yeah. So it's like, hey, wait, what's that? Come over here, LGBT. Our show is going to have these characters in there that can reference to you. You can relate to them. Mm-hmm. So tune in, and my ratings goes up. Oh, it's you guys not the hot topic. You know what? The show wasn't working out. Boom, move on to the next one. Hey, Black Lives Matter, we got you guys. And I'm saying to myself, y'all guys don't see this? Mm-hmm. Like nobody on the organization, like, let's pull the rings a little bit and be like, Well, prior to us being a hot topic, you wasn't even let us get into the parking lot. Now we in the at the table.
Well, my thing is this, right? My thing is, I was shown a YouTube website called Karen's Gone Wild. And it's got millions of subscribers and all, it's just white folks acting. Now, like, as they say,
don't worry about it. We got World Star.
Right. Yeah.
It's like the only thing I could think of like that Karen movie to me would be like Soul Plane. Because it's insulting. It's just ridiculous.
Right. And you know what? I'm glad you said that because Soul Train was on so many levels. So many levels. but I don't want to get off task here.
Right?
That's volume 2.
Exactly.
Is it a oversaturation of these organizations today, movies and TV shows? Did they oversaturate in it now, or are they just like, okay, it's in the cartoons, it's in the TV shows, in the movies, it's in the commercials. They're just like shoehorning. Because now, let me be very clear when I say this: when you shoehorn something in there, it doesn't work. If it comes organically, I don't care if the character is black, white, gay, straight, handicapped. If it fits, if the writer writes it where it fits, then let it be.
Right.
Because, I'll be 50 this year. I grew up watching Liberace on TV. We had Little Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew, Elton John, Boy George, and nobody was protesting or nothing. We knew their sexual preference, but we did not care. We liked what they were producing.
Right.
From their talent to their singing to their acting, we enjoy what they did. Your job is to entertain us, and we accept that. Even our church, if we church, black church choirs were, some of them were gay choirmen, right? So we grew up around it. All of a sudden, they're making it seem like y'all guys was exile and killing. No, we're not going to do that. Your word being marginalized, that's true. But we're not going to make it seem like it's to that. No, we're not going to do that. So I'm going to go to Tony, man. What's your thoughts? Is it oversaturated?
Yes, I have to say it's kind of oversaturation. It's like there was one TV show, I cannot remember, it had Cedric the Entertainer in it. And it was like a very special episode when he was like, "You're a black man. You're not supposed to be those," like, and it was like, basically this was before Black Lives Matter, but it was still kind of on the same thing. And it's like, but I feel like the oversaturation also is this whole COVID thing. Like when you see these shows, like I watched a commercial the other day that was like, this was recorded before COVID. And it's like people all together and partying. I'm like, come on. Do you really have to put that disclaimer in front of the thing? I just feel like what you said, I think we're being hammered over the head with it. And it's just, some of us just want to watch a show to enjoy a show. We don't want to have to deal with, the political, social statement that goes in it.
Right. I'm going to go down to Night Watch. What's your thoughts, Night Watch?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's just going a little too far, and I've seen stuff like that too with the disclaimers and all this type of stuff, and it's like, I don't need all of that. Everyone who has a brain, they know what's going on. They can figure it out, and even regardless of that, it's like you can make your own choice on it. Especially when you talk about something like that. You can make your own choices about what you want to do, if you feel safe enough to do or whatever. It's like we just don't need everything to be so politicized. Right. That's how I feel.
So let me go to the next one here. Disagreeing or not liking something is ground to cancel the movie or TV show or actors' careers. Is that fair, guys? I'm gonna go to you, Tony, man. Do you think that's fair?
No, you just don't watch the movie. If you don't like something, you don't have to watch it. Same thing with YouTube people. Same thing with everything else. Radio shows, whatever. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yep.
I'm going to go down to Night Watch. What's your thoughts, Night Watch?
Absolutely. I mean, it's like if you have a problem with something or you have an opinion on something, that's fine. You have the right to do that. But that doesn't mean that now you should have a platform to try to pass that on to other people, and it becomes this big movement. You know what I mean? It's like Tony was saying, just don't watch it. Just turn your head, go to something else, watch another show, go to another movie or whatever it is. It's just too bad that it's not like that today.
Yeah, two things for you. One, I find it interesting where someone disagree or even support a friend and say, you know what, this guy did wrong, he or she did wrong, but hopefully through the courts, they will resolve this and we'll find out what really happened. You can't even say that much without getting canceled, because they did it for Lisa Rashad. Also, you're kind of like pigeonholing yourself where you don't want to say nothing because you're scared. And it's like, okay, you're putting the whole population in a bubble. That's not reality. You know what I'm saying? You don't have disagreements. And if you're canceling somebody over what they said, and that's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is something that's going to be said that you dislike, disapprove of, but it's still freedom of speech. So you say, hey, Eddie, you're an asshole. I'm not going to like that, but it's freedom of speech. I might say something back to you. But I don't see where it's warranted to cancel somebody's career.
Well,
you know,
I just want to. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just wanted to add. I was saying this the other day. Down here in Orlando, we have a Fox station, and you know, of course, we have the no mask mandate, and of course, the Delta variants on the rise, and all this other stuff. And they were interviewing a bunch of people, and you had people that were vaccinated that were wearing masks that literally said on the news, we don't like those people that aren't getting vaccinated and aren't wearing masks. We hate them because they're making it worse for all. Like and I was like, this is on the news. I'm like, they're already making this whole vaxxed versus non-vaxxed, mask versus non-mask beef going on. And it's like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. So here's a good topic, guys. Movies that was made in the 80s will be banned or canceled in today's movies and TV show climate. I'm gonna go down tonight. Watch. Is this true?
You're asking me, is it true?
Yeah.
I mean, look, they need to just chill out, man. They really, really do. Because I mean, we know how it was, because obviously we love the 80s movies. And yes, there are a lot of 80s movies as well as 70s. I mean, as well as 70s movies that definitely were a product of its time. And times do change. Sometimes, you know, usually you hope it's for the better. But anyways, it's like, just leave stuff alone, man. That's how I feel. Just leave stuff alone. And I don't know, man. I get really triggered about that type of stuff. You know, we grew up on the 80s movies. We're here. We're okay. Most of us are pretty damn level-headed, and we made it. You know what I mean? It's like it's
true.
Yeah, it's like you act like today people are just, they're made of glass, and it's like, you know, you can't take a joke, you can't this or that. It's like, oh my god, man.
Okay. So I want to talk about someone who I guess he's like the Teflon Don in the Hollywood industry. And that is, let's get this right. Hold up, got a comment.
Dan.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Mr.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through. We're going to just talk about this guy for a minute. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
That is Mr. Roman Polanski.
Oh,
Rosemary's
God.
Baby. Rosemary's Baby.
Are you familiar with his situation? I'm going to go to Tony, man. Are you familiar with him?
Yes, I am.
Night Watch, are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't put it up because there's some clips I have of Meryl Streep and other A-listers supporting him and backing him. I'm trying to figure out, in a court of law, you were found guilty of something where the person is still alive to this day that you did this to. But yet you run around making all these movies, and you left the country and make a movie in exile and still being rewarded. So, what's your thoughts on that, Tony, man?
Well, you know, I know that once he steps foot in the United States again, he'll be arrested. Right. From what I keep hearing. And to quote, I guess I made a quote one day, and I said, "Hey, the heart wants what it wants," and everybody got pissed off at me because like that's what Roman Polanski said when he was dating these young girls, and I'm like, "Shit, okay, sorry."
I didn't know that, man. I say that sometimes myself, man.
But that's just a
they were like, "That's what Roman Polanski said." I'm like, "Oh."
So they just coined that to him, huh?
But he's just, he needs to pay for what, I mean, like, come on. If you're raping 14, 12, whatever year old girls, You need to pay for that.
You do.
That's the one thing that we grew up on, man. You don't touch kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So, would there ever be a point where TV and movie content would be accepted by the majority of the population?
Nope.
Night Watch?
It's not looking like it.
I think it never will be, and it never did. I think, doing reference you, Night Watch, it is what it is. You know, I like Western action, sci-fi, a lot of gangster movies, even some black and white movies, foreign movies, but there are certain genre movies that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that they're less than anything else, just that I'm not into them.
Mm-hmm.
But to try to make it where the whole population likes everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the way it looks like what they're trying to do and put us in a bubble, is the worst thing you can ever do. And I think with the cancel culture, we're getting weak shit because people are scared to take chances. They are scared to put risky stuff out there because they're scared to get canceled.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many good ideas out there, but people are like, I don't want to put this out there, I'll get canceled. There's so many directors who want to push the limits. And that's what we got in our generation, the Steven Spielbergs and all these other directors who did things. But we're not going to get that with this situation that we're in. So, Tony, man, what's your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is it's never going to be accepted because, like, this is a really weird reference, but this reminds me of the Starbelly Sneetches. If you ever read that Dr. Seuss book with the Starbelly, the Sneetches that had the stars on them, they're like, oh, we're better than the other Sneetches because they don't have stars. And then this man came and put this machine. He was like, I can make you like them. Just pay me. So then they all had stars. And, you know, everybody was like, oh, we're all the same now. And then all of a sudden, the ones that originally had the stars were like, no, we don't want stars because we don't want to be like them. And they went back through the machine. Meanwhile, the man is making money hand over fist because of the ignorance of these Sneetches. And I feel like that's what's going on with movies now and everything else, because no one's ever going to like what you like.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's just,
true.
You just do what you got to do. And by the way, I know you did not put a picture of what was that Netflix movie with them girls?
Oh, Cuties?
Oh yeah, Cuties.
Please tell me, did either one of you watch that? Because I have not watched it yet. I'm not watching
I
it.
haven't watched it either.
I haven't watched it. No.
I think with that movie right there, that got me is this: like, you can find young actor to portray the ages of those characters in, and you didn't need the ages of those those real young girls in there doing the provocative stuff. And the cameraman did the most, just in the trailer.
Mm.
Like, he didn't pull away. He was like crop shots and all that. I'm like, no, I'm not here for that. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
I just feel like if I watch that movie, I'll be put on some sort of list.
Oh yeah, I remember that show, Hawk. That was Avery Brooks.
Yeah, man. There you go.
My boy.
Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate that.
Yeah, my mom used to love that show. I watched that show with my mom.
Mhm.
Hawk was slick.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
he was slick. Still is slick.
Right.
So today, we're going to talk about a director. As always, we will showcase one, highlight him, and that is our guy right here,
Yeah.
Mr. Ron Howard.
Richie Cunningham.
Here we go. He has a plethora of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Here's just some just to get you going. Willow, The Missing, American Graffiti, In the Hearts of the Sea,
Mm-hmm.
Cocoon,
I remember that one.
That was a good one.
Splash,
Yeah, I remember that one too.
I sure do too.
Night Watch. Night Shift.
that
Backdraft.
was good. I liked Backdraft. That was
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.
So I'm gonna come down to you, Night Watch. What's your thoughts on this director, Ron Howard?
I mean, you gotta give Ron Howard all the credit in the world, man. I mean, starting out as a child star, you know, and then becoming a young adult star on Happy Days. You know, he started off with Andy Griffith, and shout out to the old school shows, and then he becomes a really good director. I mean, he is a very good director. He's had, as you've shown, so many movies and more. I'm a fan of his. You know, he's an OG. You know, he's put in the work, and I appreciate that from anyone in any craft that spends that much time putting in the work, and also, like you said a little bit earlier, producing, you know, the good material that people enjoy. So I really enjoy his stuff.
I'm gonna go to Tony, man. What's your thoughts?
I agree with Nye on that. I agree. Ron Howard is a great director, and I really liked Cocoon, Splash, Backdraft. But my question is, do you guys think that he learned his directing skills from the Andy Griffith Show and from Happy Days, or did you think he was like learning from those directors? Or
He was on set. I think he was paying attention while he was on set.
I would think so. Yeah.
I
I mean,
think-
he was just in the business for so long, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's unfortunate, but come to think about it, a lot of childhood actors never took the route that he took by paying attention and being inquisitive. And when you find somebody that's interested in what you're doing as a livelihood, your craft, you automatically give them information to help them out.
Right.
So, you know, it kind of baffles me that, you know, Ron Howard, Regina King, childhood actors that grew up on sitcoms are at the level they are now, and it's not more of them because they've been exposed. It's like a hands-on apprenticeship type setup.
Well, I think the thing of it is, man, I think it goes to show how tough the business is and how tough it is to be famous and having to deal with all the trappings of that, because you can think of so many child actors that just they didn't make it, you know, whether it's Macaulay Culkin, Edward Furlong,
the Fraud Brothers from what's the series? Lost Boys.
Yeah, Lost Boys. I mean, it's just so many that you could name, and I think it shows how difficult the business is and just the trappings of being famous.
I mean, even if you think back in the days of when Ron Howard was on Happy Days, what happened to Joni? What happened to Chachi?
Scott Baio.
Yeah, Scott Baio, or Different Strokes. What was her? Dana Plato.
Yes.
It must have been rough being a TV star back then.
Oh
You
yeah.
had
it
to
was
deal with
rough.
a bunch.
Yeah, I think they set up some rules now, but back then they was working on kids like 16-hour days and stuff.
Yes.
But you know, back to Ron Howard, I think he was one of the first that I seen use the CGI morphing technique in Willow. Remember the scene where it was morphing and stuff?
Mhm.
I remember that because it stood out to me when I was in the theater. I said, okay. But again, his catalog shows that he take chances to get into different genres. And this is no shot to get Martin Scorsese, but he stays in the gangster role. You don't see him really venture out too much.
Right.
Where this guy, Ron Howard, he did Willow to Backdraft.
Yeah.
Right.
Flash. You know what I'm saying? To Cocoon. So the sci-fi, action, comedy.
He did Solo.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, he did a lot. So I'm gonna go back to Tony, man. Are there two movies that really stand out from his catalog that you enjoy?
From the what? Oh, from the catalog you just put up?
Yeah, or anyone that I didn't put up from Ron Howard that you enjoy.
Like I said, Cocoon.
Okay.
I have to say Cocoon and Backdraft. I vaguely remember Willow because I saw that in the movie theater, but Cocoon and Backdraft are probably my two favorites.
Okay, I'm gonna go down to A Night Watch. What's your thoughts? I mean, what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, Cocoon was really, really good. When I remember seeing that as a kid, my parents watched that, so of course that those types of movies were always special because I'd watch those with my parents. But Willow, man, God, I mean, to this day, that's still one of my favorite fantasy movies. I love that movie so much. I've seen it so many times. But like you said, he did other stuff too. I really love Backdraft. That was a really good movie as well. I mean, he's done so much. I mean, they brought him in to finish up that Star Wars movie, the Solo movie. Yeah. And there's a lot of controversy here and there. But hey, man, he directed the damn Star Wars movie, and it wasn't. I don't think it was bad. It
wasn't bad at all.
No, and so he definitely has a huge,
one of the better ones,
huge range. And then you think about stuff like the Da Vinci Code. You know, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he
mean,
directed that.
you know, so he did all those movies and stuff, and I really, especially the Da Vinci Code, I really enjoyed that movie. So he's got a huge range that he can do. I mean, it's crazy to think of saying it out loud. It's like, wow, you're really doing almost every genre. So, but I like a lot of his movies, but especially Willow. Willow stands out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a Backdraft. I love that movie. Great movie. I'm thinking about getting the poster for that.
Mm.
And the other one has to be Willow. I'm gonna go with those two right there. I'm gonna go with those two. That really sticks out to me. I haven't come across any of his movies that was like a dud
Hmm.
so far that I can remember. But again, you know, we're spotlighting Ron Howard today on the platform. You know, acknowledging him before he passes away because everybody want to do that after the fact. So we're gonna give him his roses now
That's a good point. That's a good
and
point.
salute
Absolutely.
him. So we're coming up on that mark. Oh, went over the mark.
Wow. Yeah.
I just realized too, man. He did. I was just checking it out. Apollo 13 as well, man.
Yeah, he has a lot, man. He has a
Good
lot.
stuff.
He has a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, again, I appreciate you guys coming through. Hopefully, I will see you next week, Tony, man.
Yes, sir.
Watch.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
expecting to see you. I will get another topic that we can chew on and chop it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, I would throw in the weekly wrap up.
All right. I'm sure this podcast is going to be labeled me as an estophobe because of what I was saying.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you're right.
If anything, I just want you to stand on your truth, man. That's it.
You're damn
worry about
straight.
nothing else.
I don't back down, man. I where I feel is where I feel. But all right, I had a great time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with that being said, signing out. I'll see you guys next
Good
week.
night.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.
Later.